Let me relate to you a story told by an elderly German man who lived through the Holocaust, and I want to read it to you as he wrote it. I always considered myself a Christian, he writes. I attended a church since I was a small boy. We had heard the stories of what was happening to the Jews, but like most people in America today, we tried to distance ourselves from the reality of what was really taking place. What could anyone do to stop it? A railroad track ran behind our small church, and each Sunday morning we would hear the whistle from a distance and then the clacking of the wheels moving over the track. We became disturbed when one Sunday we heard cries coming from the train as it passed by. We grimly realized that the train was carrying Jews. Week after week, that train whistle would blow. We would dread to hear the sound of those old wheels because we knew that the Jews would begin to cry out to us as they passed by our church. It was so terribly disturbing, he writes. We could do nothing to help these poor people, yet their screams tormented us. We knew exactly at what time that whistle would blow, and we decided that the only way to keep from being so disturbed by the cries was to start singing our hymns. If some of the screams reached our ears, we'd just sing a little louder until we could hear them no more. Years have passed, and no one talks about it much anymore, but I still hear that train whistle in my sleep. I can still hear them crying out for help. God forgive all of us who called ourselves Christians, yet did nothing to intervene. End of quote. I read a story like that and I ask myself the question, when it comes to this matter of abortion in America, is the Church of America just singing a little louder? You say, why do you say something like that? Because as a whole, not every church, thank God we are not included in this stat, but churches as a whole across America are just sitting back, saying little, and doing nothing while babies continue to be killed by the thousands in our country. Some liberal denominations are actually even endorsing abortion and acting as if it's really no big deal. And let me just say, those of you who are listening by television and those of you listening by live radio today, if you are in one of those liberal denominational churches, I encourage you to leave that church. I would not be a part of a church that endorses abortion as being okay.